What is going on, peeps? Guys heard any good news lately? I'm wondering if you guys been listening to or heard any, Iraqi Dinar rumors? Anything? Don't lie. A lot of you right now are doing the peepee dance. I know you are. Don't lie. I know you are. All right, so let's just get into what's going on. Iraq to change the dinar rate? Okay, we've been here before and they're talking about it again. Yes, it is, and a lot of you already know about this chitter chatter. So let's get into it. All right, first things first. The disclaimer is this: I am not an attorney, a tax advisor, or a financial advisor. Only play one on TV. I'm just kidding. Please consult with real professionals. The following is my opinion and my opinion only based on my own research. I will share the information I find with you and will encourage you to read or listen to the information and form your own opinions. Okay, guys? And as usual, once I'm done, if you don't mind, like and share the video. It helps out the channel. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so. A real quick reminder that there's two groups. There's another one that you guys are asking me a lot about, and I'll talk about that here in a second. But I have Pimpy's Investment Chat. It's the same name as my YouTube channel. Okay? In here we talk about everything from the Iraqi dinar, the Vietnam dong, the global currency reset, Nasera, gold, silver, and cryptocurrencies. Try to avoid putting all your conspiracy things in here because that's not what this group is for. There are a handful of you who do that. That's what this group is for, okay? And there's a lot of you that like this group, but I'm going to warn you. I'll put this link in the description. It's called The Hidden Things Are in Front of Your Eyes. It is a conspiracy group. I've had it for years and years and years, all right, you guys? But if you're overly sensitive, liberal, you might not want to come in here. Although I do have a lot of Democrats and liberals in here, they've learned to, be respectful to the group. Look, these people in here all talk civil to one another. There's no cussing out. Okay, so they are respectful. That's the one thing about this group. But it does tend to lean towards the right side. I'm just letting you know. But there are things in here we talk about that have nothing to do with politics, from chemtrails to UFOs to fluoride toothpaste to you name it. It's talked about in here. All right, Obamagate, just throwing that out there because that's the hot topic right now. Anyways, I will leave a link to this just in case you're interested. But I'm warning you before you get in there. A lot of people have been here for a long time. They're very respectful for one another, to one another. So I just want to put that out there because a lot of you guys have been asking about it. And now I'm putting it out there. This is the name of it. The Hidden Things Are in Front of Your Eyes. But that's not what this YouTube channel is about. It's about investment opportunities. And let's get into what's going on in Iraq. The Parliament Finance proposed 5 steps to alleviate the current crisis. I could think of a way. I'm sure a lot of you guys could think of one way that can help it out a lot. Okay, so members of Parliament Financial Committee, Jamel Cougar, on Tuesday presented 5 steps to alleviate the financial crisis in the country. Cougar said in a press interview, Iraq is going through a stifling financial crisis. And this is something that cannot disagree on, stressing that there are 5 important steps that must be adopted to alleviate the crisis that create multiple factors, most notably the collapse of oil prices. I can think of one step real quick. How about changing the Iraqi dinar rate? That's just my opinion, but I'm not a professional. Cougar added, the steps that must be adopted are an attempt to postpone the payment of the loans to be paid in relations to Iraq and to fight aliens. Aliens? Aliens? They got UFOs and aliens over there? No, I'm just messing with you. And fake names as a national and moral duty, and to end the file of multiple salaries, and the numbers are not few, and up to tens of thousands in additional fighting financial and administrative corruptions, and ending the file of control of influential groups on the border crossings. Now, we spoke about this. We told you there's a ton of corruption. For those of you who are new to this, you don't realize this, but a lot of these politicians are slick, corrupt people. They will fictitiously add people as employees that are not working, and they'll get paid by the government. That's one of the things that a lot of these corrupt politicians are guilty of. And so they end up with multiple salaries and they all go to one house. And so finally, Iraq is starting to do something about this. Look at our boy Al-Kadhimi is hitting the floor running, man. He is swinging for the fences. Okay, we knew this is going to happen. And they're also doing away with the influence of both Iran and the United States. We'll get to that in a minute. Cougar pointed out the financial crisis cannot be overcome without firm solutions and decisions that address all negative problems in order to ensure financial liquidity to secure salaries and the rest of the government's expenditures. Now, we can think of a way that would help with financial liquidity. Iraq suffers from stifling financial crisis that began to cast its shadow on many files, especially salaries, especially with the collapse of the international oil prices, which secure the country's treasury of about 90% of its economics. We spoke about this, the budget, the fact that they rely so much on oil revenue is not good. Iraq needs to do something about it. Okay, but at the same time, I've said in several videos when Dr. Shabibi was in there, whenever they agreed to dismiss a lot of the debt and get into the Paris agreement, that they said, we'll make this agreement with the understanding that you will follow any monetary policies put forward to you by the IMF. Dr. Shabibi was against this. He said, although the monetary policies that were coming from the IMF helped with inflation, what it did not allow them to do was expand economically without a rate change. And he was adamant about it. All right, you guys? So, anyways, it looks like we're heading down that road. Let's see what's going on here. What is this? What is this talking about? Let's take a look. Parliamentary committee determines options to address financial distress. I keep saying this, and I know you guys have too. We could think of a way. Excuse me. Well, let's see if we could get on the same page with these people and find out what they're talking about. The Parliamentary Financial Committee today, Tuesday, outlined several options to face the financial hardship due to the drop in oil prices due to the coronavirus. We keep saying this. We could think of a way. Keep sending out the vibe. We could think of a way to change the rate. Let's see if it happens. Members of the committee, Deputy Mohammed Shaib and I'm not going to try to pronounce his name, said in a press statement that there are measures that must be taken to face financial distress other than international borrowing or prejudice the reserves of the central bank, noting that among these options is changing the exchange rate. You guys, I know you're doing the pee-pee dance because I was doing it too when I saw this. All right, what is this they're talking about? Go ahead, you do it. I know you guys are doing it. Do the pee-pee dance. Okay, so here's the deal. Once this rate change happens, everybody gets the money. Party, Vegas, is that where we're going? Just throwing that out there. Look, we don't want to blow our money there, but we should be able to celebrate a little bit. You know what I mean? Because the rest of my stuff's going to things that are way more important than myself. But I am going to go to Vegas. And look, the first round of drinks are on me. Okay, so, anyways, got carried away. So, among these options is changing the exchange rate and stopping imports in addition to stopping the currency auctions and economic measures other. Let me rewind. Changing the exchange rate and stopping imports in addition to stopping the currency auctions. Here we go again. Last March, they talked about they were going to change the rates, and then all cock-a-pee-pee broke out, and it didn't happen. So let's keep going. Al Dejuri pointed out that if oil prices continue to decline, there must be special budgets included, a crisis budget that is based on a price lower than the price of oil to walk salaries and health matters as well as other import matters. Noting that this challenge must be exploited and transformed into the opportunity of through opening the doors for investing and allowing the private sector to operate. We told you guys this. I mean, we talked about this several times, and that is this. Look, they have to find that sweet spot, man. They really do. You know, look, Iraq needs outside investors to come in and start creating business there. They need to work on infrastructure. They need to do things to bring other money into the country. If outside investors come in, they create jobs. So you have people who are on cash aid come off of cash aid. That's less money that the government needs to pay out. In addition, these people start paying taxes. If they're paying taxes, that means instead of money coming out of the government, it goes into the government. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, so it looks like we're almost there. Okay, so he called on the government to speed up the transmission of the budget in a way that reduces the deficit by reducing cost or by changing the exchange rate. I say, hey, one of the ways you could reduce, we're not worried about reducing costs. How about you just change the rate so you can afford to pay your budget? And us, of course, but I'm just throwing that out there. All right, the Parliamentary Finance Committee had confirmed early the importance of harnessing all efforts to maximize non-oil resources. I've been talking about this for the last couple of months. While it made a number of proposals to the Tax and Customs Authority that contribute to increase in revenues for the purpose of reducing the budget deficit and advancing the Iraqi economical reality. Look, if you guys want to reduce your budget, if you guys want to reduce your debt, change the damn rate. You will have more purchasing power. It will allow you to buy everything that you need to rebuild your company. Or your country, you guys. So here you have it. This is what I've been talking about. People have been chibber-chabbering all day about. And I asked if you guys heard any rumors lately. So look, this has been going on now for a little while. But it's nice to see them talking about it. We all been feeling this weird vibe that something's going to happen this year. Again, we don't want to jinx it, so think positive. You know that old saying, the power of positive thinking. It's going to happen, people. We know it's going to happen. We don't know what the rate's going to be, so think positive. I still think the sweet spot's between $1.13 and $1.34. Don't get me wrong, I'll take higher than that, but it makes sense to me in order for Iraq to rebuild and be competitive. A rate of around $1.34 makes way more sense. Okay, that doesn't mean I don't want it more. I'll take more, but a rate around $1.34 if Iraq is being serious about what's going on. All right, great news, huh? Okay, so this is a long report that goes on to say, look, the new Iraq Al-Qadimi mandate, an optimistic start on the path to mines. Okay, and that is, look, he's just saying this is where we're going. He first said free the protesters. They're not going to be charged. The only people who are going to be charged are those individuals that were shooting people, and they're being investigated. He's going on to say, look, we're not going to be the whipping boy for either Iran or the United States. The United States can't use Iraq as a platform to launch a fight against Iran. Qademi does want to work with Iran as long as they do what they're supposed to do and stop acting like bad little children and pulling Iraq into trouble. In parallel, the prime minister appointed, we know this, the war hero, the ISIS hero, man. This is a guy that Mahdi had retired, but took him out of the field and put him behind a desk. But he's back out there now, and that's al-Sadi as head of the counterterrorism agency after he was removed by former Prime Minister Mahdi, who is pro-Iranian. Remember that. So this guy's going to be out there, Iranian and ISIS, getting rid of those proxies. Sadi was considered a hero of Mosul after he stood at the head of the forces that liberated the city from ISIS control, and the demonstrators chanted his name, thus who demanded his return to his job after dismissal. So look, this is one of the things that the protesters want. It looks like they're getting what they want. Okay, so Al-Qadimi, a former journalist and a head of the intelligence agencies during the outbreak of the demonstrations, stood by the demonstrators and opposed the repression by Shiite militia at the direction of Iran. This is it. We need to get rid of that. Look, I have no problem with the United States stepping out of there. This sounds to me that Qadimi is doing exactly what we want him to do. Put on their big boy chonies, kick off them training wheels, and start being a sovereign country, you guys. It's there. This is great, man. I'm really happy for the Iraqi people. But make no doubt about it. As it goes on down here, it talks about in this article, and I won't get too far into it. What it's saying is simply this. If Iran continues to have any type of influence, or Qadimi starts to paddle in any way, shape, or form where he's given into the wants and needs of Iran, you can be assured that the protesters are going to raise holy hell. All right? Holy hell. So, let's see here. So, anyways, he's going on to say, look, we don't like the fact that the United States and Iran are fighting back and forth. That's not what they wanted. Okay, so it goes on. There's a lot of information in here. It's talking about the salaries, everything that needs to be done. It goes on here, talks about the economy, where they need to be, of course, and there's other little tidbits of information in here, including the rate change, okay? Not what the rate change is, but the fact that it needs to be done, and the fact that they need to do something about that budget. Look at it. I still think he looks like the mayor from The Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm just throwing that out there. Okay, you guys. So, yes, this is good news. I'm really excited. I'm really happy. I know my phone was blowing up all day today. I was at work, but I was distracted because I kept trying to read these articles. It looks good. I think we're in a good position. Again, there's no guarantee because last March, they were saying they're going to change the rate, and it didn't happen. Not trying to throw out that bad juju. I'm just saying, we can get excited about this. We can do the pee-pee dance, but let's just be grounded about everything, okay, you guys? Let's stay grounded. Let's be grounded. We're looking good. I think we're in a good position. It looks like it's finally going to happen. Again, first round of drinks on me. Vegas. Let me know if you're in. Hit the thumbs up button. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It helps out the channel. Thank you. Have a good one.